This is for Year 11 methods. It comes out of Chapter 18. 18A, find the tangent and normal at the given point 1, 8. I have a range of methods to do this. If I was to choose the technology method, I've got 9x minus x cubed. Just xy just to make sure that's correct, and it is. I could take the derivative, keyboard, select Math 2 derivative with respect to x. Take that. And I'd like to know what the derivative when x equals 1, so make x equal 1. Therefore, I've got a gradient of 6. If I was to find the gradient, the equation of the tangent, it would be y minus y1, and y1 is 8, equals the gradient, which is 6, bracket, x minus x1, which is 1, and I would select it and solve for y. And that gives me the gradient, the equation of the tangent. If I was looking for the equation of the normal wouldn't have a gradient of 6. It would have a gradient of -1 divided by 6, because the normal is the tangent turned upside down, so 6 becomes 1/6 and the opposite sign. And if I was to solve that for y, there's the equation of my normal at that point. I have other ways of finding equations of tangents and normals on my calculator. I could graph my function and I could resize. I could go analysis, sketch, tangent at x equals 1, and when I press xy, it gives me the equation of the tangent, and there's the equation of the tangent. I could go analysis, sketch, and I could sketch the normal at x equals 1, and when I press xy, the equation of the normal appears there. If I go back up into main and I take my expression, which is my expression, that is the cubic that I'm looking at, and if I was selected, interactive calculation, line, tan line at x equals 1, here is another method that gives me the equation y equals 6x plus 2. And lastly, if I take my expression, interactive calculation, line, normal, and I'd make x equal 1. Okay, that also gives me an expression for the normal at that particular point. So they're all of my technology methods. If I had to do it by hand, then I would take the derivative, which would be 9 minus 3x squared. I'd want the derivative when x equals 1, 9 minus 3 times 1 squared, which gives 6, which means the gradient at x equals 1 is 6. That is my point, so for the tangent, y minus y1 is 8, equals 6x minus x1, which is 1. Y equals 6x minus 6 plus 8. Y equals 6x plus 2. The same answer as what we got over here. And if I was looking for the normal, the gradient is going to be -1/6, since the gradient of the function is 6. Therefore, y minus 8 equals -1/6 x minus 1, y equals negative 1/6 x plus 1/6 plus 8, and 8 happens to be 48/6, therefore negative 1/6 x plus 49 on 6, the same answer that I got when I was doing things using the technology. So, to find equations of tangents and normals, I use the derivative to be able to find the gradient at the point. Therefore, the tangent has the same gradient as the function. The normal has negative 1/6 in this particular case.